tea, y'all. Welcome back to Gossip, where we talk about all the gossip in the Bible. So today we are going to talk more about Eli and Samuel, but first I want to do like a little recap just so we can understand what's going on. So y'all remember Eli, right? So Eli was that priest at that temple, and he pretty much had those two disobedient sons, and he basically was not doing anything about it. Right. Keep that in mind. Then Samuel was a little boy that his mom, Hannah, was like really praying for. And then she finally was able to have a son, and she was just like, you know what, I'm going to give him to the Lord because like the Lord did it for me. So like, you know, I'm going to do this for him. So that leads us to this point. So around this time, you know, the Lord, he wasn't really talking to people like that. I don't know what they did, but he wasn't really talking to them like that. So Eli and Samuel, they was at the house chilling. They was doing their own little thing. Then out of nowhere, Samuel, he heard somebody calling his name. They just kept on saying, Samuel, Samuel. So Samuel, in his mind, he thinking it's Eli calling him. So Samuel gets to running. He like, yeah, you called me? Talking to Eli. Eli looks at him and is like, no. And he's just like, oh, okay. So he went back to his room. So then Samuel heard it again. So he runs to Eli. He was just like, wait, you sure? Like, you didn't call me? And Eli looking at him like, boy, no. Like, go lay down. So he's like, okay. So he goes back to his room and he hears it again. So then he runs back to him and he's just like, okay, for real. Like, you called me? You want me? So at that point, Eli was like, I know what's going on. So then he looks at Samuel and he's like, listen, the next time that happens, this is what I want you to do. I want you to just be like, speak, Lord, your servant is listening. Okay? So he's like, all right. So Samuel goes back to his room. He hears it again. So Samuel, he's just sitting back like, all right, speak, Lord, your servant is listening. So the Lord like, all right, bet. So I'm about to do something in your city that's pretty much going to get a lot of people's attention. And it's pretty much about Eli and his sons and pretty much his whole family, right? But I already told him. That I pretty much cursed their whole family line, and I'm gonna take them out. Okay? So Samuel, after all of this, he went to bed, got up in the morning, and he's just going on about his day. So Eli, he called Samuel in the room. He like, hey Samuel, like, come here real quick. Samuel goes in there. So Eli looks at Samuel and he's just like, so tell me what the Lord told you. And you better not leave nothing out, or else the Lord gonna do something bad to you. You know, he had to scare him a little bit. So Samuel, he like, okay, fine. Basically, the Lord told me what he already told you, okay? So he basically told me that since you and your sons wanted to be disobedient, yeah, y'all finna head out of here. Y'all gone. Y'all are goners, for real. So Eli, he like, hey, it is what it is. At the end of the day gotta end. At the end of life gotta end. Because again, the Lord had already told Eli what was going to happen. And the fact that he's telling Samuel, on top of that, that's how you know it's set in stone. So time go on, and eventually the Lord did what he said he was going to do. And then the people heard about everything that happened. And then now they're looking at Samuel like, dang, Samuel is really that dude. Like, he really heard from the Lord, because everything that he said was going to happen, it happened. Yeah, it definitely happened. And remember, at the beginning, the Lord was basically saying, like, I'm finna do something in your city that's going to get everybody attention. And it happened. It got their attention. So yeah, y'all, that is the end of that story. Next video, we are definitely going to talk about how the two sons died. So So you definitely don't want to miss that. And until then, I want you guys to comment down below how you like this story, and then plus on top of that, give me a prediction on what you think is going to happen with the two sons. Like, how do you think they're going to die? All right. Until then, bye.